partly sunny Rockingham Road, where the Poppies take on Sutton United. Peter Morris will expect his team to secure 3 points this afternoon against the team who are rock bottom in the conference on their return. Sutton haven't won this season. The Poppies, of course, have only won once themselves. Terribly important for them to get back on the winning ways and restore some confidence.
Well, the Sutton fans have made their way up the M25 and M1, and there's nothing like pinning your colours to the wall, is there? But the home fans will welcome their team out onto the field at Rockingham Road. It's a blisteringly hot afternoon here this afternoon. It's a lush pitch, and it's going to certainly sap the strength of these players as the Kettering side are desperate to get 3 points. They're missing Craig Norman and Brett McNamara this afternoon. They're both suspended, and there's a rare appearance for Mark Tucker on the substitutes bench. Sutton have been struggling this season. They've yet to record a win in the conference. They're a pretty inexperienced side at conference level. One or two players have played there before, but perhaps the names of Ekoko and Salako on the substitutes bench would send some excitement through the home fans. They're not the famous brothers, but nevertheless, Sutton will be anxious to try and secure their first win this season. Interestingly enough, when Sutton were relegated from the conference in 1991, they played at Rockingham Road and they got beaten that afternoon, and that was the game that sent them down. It's been a long time for them coming back into the top league of non-league football, so to speak, and they'll want to make amends. But the game underway, and it's Kettering kicking towards the Rockingham Road end. Colin Bowden there looking for Lee Hudson. It's a new partnership up front, Hudson and Abrahams. It'll be interesting to see how they work out. Paul Abrahams hasn't shown the Poppies fans the full range of his abilities yet. It's not easy coming out of the league into the conference. He's still finding his feet. Anyway, the Poppies have a throw in here. Nicky Hayden to Phil Brown, back to Hayden. Good crossfield ball that, looking for Carl Adams. It ends up with Gary Setchell. He plays it inside there. Carl Adams trying to knock the ball forward. He does, to Abrahams. Abrahams under pressure from John Mackey, turning him nicely there. And the assistant referee seeing the foul, and I don't think anybody can argue with that decision. We're just a couple of minutes into the game. Bright opening by the Poppies. And it's a free kick on that left-hand side with Carl Adams knocking the ball in. And there's Paul Cox in space, but he couldn't get his shot in. The ball's still not cleared, and here's Matt Fisher trying to create something. He knocks the ball back, and that was a pretty aimless ball. But back to Fisher, another chance, but Richard Skelly clearing up for Sutton. Plays the ball forward to Mark Watson. He loses out to Setchell. It's all a little bit scrappy there in midfield. Comes out to Skelly again, though. He's trying to knock the ball down there to Sam Winston, but Nicky Hayden clearing the ball away for that throw-in to Sutton. So Kettering having the best of the opening exchanges. Ball bobbling about there in the area, though. Colin Bowden getting it away, and Nicky Hayden coming to the rescue. Hayden playing in the centre of the defence, not his normal position, but he's forced there as a result of Craig Norman's suspension. Fans enjoying the sunshine, but it's Jimmy Dack with this free kick now. Trying to create something for Sutton. Oh, and there's a header coming in there. Looked like Paul Harford just not directing that header on target, and Adam Sollitt grateful to be taking the goal kick. Beautiful sunshine. It's not really a day for football at Rockingham Road. More cricketing weather, and the players, I'm sure, as the game goes on, are going to suffer as a result of that. But here's the Poppies coming forward. Matt Fisher now. Matt Fisher across the box. Oh, there's Setchell at the far post. My goodness me, that was a great save by Helms, I think. Terrific work by Setchell coming in there at the far post. Matt Fisher playing a very good cross there across the face of the goal, and there's Setchell. Well, it looked like Howells and the post, but Sutton escaped. But good work from the Kettering team there. That was good football, and they're still coming forward here. But it's tight in that corner, and Harford having to concede the corner under pressure. Phil Brown with the corner. knocking it to the near post. It's number 11 there, Barry Laker. He heads the ball back across the goal line. Second corner in succession. Good period of pressure this from the Poppies. Phil Brown again, and Howes there having to knock that one over the bar. 3 corners in a row, and the Poppies will want this pressure to be converted into goals. They've been lacking confidence in front of the goal at the start of this season, but Howes able to gather that one in, and the Poppies will be desperate to get an early goal. Sutton, of course, conceded 4 last week against the Diamonds at home, and the Poppies will be trying to do much the same this afternoon. But it's Sutton going forward, but Carl Adams picking up the pieces. He's had a good start to this game, Carl Adams, but he and Matt Fisher getting in the way, and Matt Fisher losing out in the end, and that was careless, sloppy play. Gives Sutton a chance to move forward. Here's Winston getting into the box under pressure from Hayden, but he forced Adam Sollett to come out quickly, and that was a good block by Sollett. Danger signs there for the Poppies defence. One or two scratching of heads, scratching of chins behind the goal there, wondering quite what's going on. And there's a hook shot coming in there, but not causing Adam Sollett any real problems. And though the fans sitting there enjoying the sunshine, they'll be disappointed that with the early pressure, their side haven't found the back of the net. Here's Carl Adams trying to create something. Lee Hudson turning away from Gwyn Berry there. Berry fouling him in the process. Lee Hudson not quite back to full match fitness yet, but it's coming. There's Abrahams out of nothing. Another good chance for the Poppies there. Good save by Howes in the Sutton goal, but another chance that goes begging. And the longer the game goes on, even though we're in the relatively early stages of this match, the more frustrated the fans will get, the more nervous the Poppies will get. Here's Matt Fisher trying to do something about it, but Berry clears the danger. Dave Harlow knocking the ball forward there. Watson picking the ball up there under pressure from Paul Cox. And the Poppies defence able to gather again. Watson not quite sure what to do with it. Lays it back. Cross comes in from Gary Brooker, but Colin Bowden, they're able to head the ball away, and Paul Abrahams tangling. And number 5, John Mackey, and I think Paul Abrahams has won the free kick there. Oh, no, the referee's giving it the other way, and it's Berry knocking it into the box. And good spell this from Sutton, and although they're at the bottom of the table, their confidence must be low as well. They're battling away, and they're certainly giving the Poppies something to think about. Apart from the early attacking moves from Kettering, they've fallen into the trap that we've seen so much this season already. It's a very scrappy play. Looks almost as if the players aren't entirely sure who should be doing what, but knowing Peter Morris as I do, that certainly won't be the case, and it's a matter just, I think, of tinkering, fine-tuning, and just getting the formula going. Here's Wayne Duke, he's certainly impressed. Good throw ball there to Lee Hudson. Oh, great saving tackle by Berry there, knocking the ball back to Howes. Good opening for Kettering. Lovely ball from Wayne Duke. He really is an extremely talented young footballer. So we're just pausing. Phil Brown, not so young now, but he gets a bang on the side of the head. Peter Morris, he's strutting and fretting there. And Paul Cox with a header from that free kick. Well, Paul Cox didn't score a goal for Kettering last season, and well, he didn't look likely then to get on the score sheet, but not a bad position. He just needed to direct that header on target. Goal kick though to Sutton. Poppies fans desperate for their side to score a goal. Here's Hudson again with Howes. Oh, crashing Howes has dropped the ball. Oh, and it's gone over the line, but the referee's whistle's gone. I think there was a foul there on Howes by Lee Hudson. Lee Hudson's protesting, but you can't touch goalkeepers nowadays, and I think we can see here that as Lee Hudson jumps, he's not really jumping to head the ball, and I don't think anybody can argue with that decision. But a bit of excitement for the fans to cheer about. They're still waiting for this goal though. Abraham's tangling with Laker there. A free kick to Kettering. Phil Brown wanted to take it quickly, but sensibly leaving it to Carl Adams. He knocks the ball in. It's headed away there. There's Hudson trying an overhead kick, and not a bad effort. Gets a deflection. But, again, not really attacking the Sutton goal. You see here that it's Mackie who hits the ball away. Lee Hudson could attempt that and wins the corner for his troubles. Phil Brown with it. Howells under pressure from Paul Abrahams, and Howells took a bit of a knock there. So that comes to nothing. And, well, there's a look of resignation on the fans' faces. They had such high hopes of their side after last season's success, and it hasn't quite happened so far this season, but they'll keep battling away, no doubt about that. And here's Carl Adams, no greater battler than Carl, to Setchell, and the ball knocked away there for another Kettering corner. Plenty of attacking pressure, but no real goalmouth incident to talk about. There's Paul Cox trying to create something. Adams there, playing it to Cox, but the flag's up and Cox caught offside, and it's just this feeling that something isn't quite right with Kettering at the minute. Perhaps not a lot needs to be done to put it right. A couple of wins will build confidence, but they're struggling a little bit, and this is a pretty dour affair now for Cousineau. Not a great deal of creative football being played by either side. Perhaps the hot weather's taking its toll, but the fans really deserve a little bit more. Ball coming in there to the Kettering penalty area, but Sutton not able to create anything apart from winning a corner there as the ball's charged down. Their first corner of the match, 37 minutes gone. The ball comes in. Adam Sollett under pressure. Oh, and there's danger here. Cleared away eventually though, and Lee Hudson. Oh, getting it to Carl Adams, but he dwelt on it, and the pressure still not off. It is now. The flag's up for an offside, and the Poppers will be thankful for that. But there was a moment there where they looked in danger. Adam Sollett flapping a little bit, not taking the cross cleanly. And Sutton having a good spell of pressure here. They're causing some consternation in the Poppers' defence. Still they come forward. Can they get a cross in? Yes, they can. And Adam Sollett again losing out, and the ball having to be hacked off the line there. And again, the Poppers struggling a bit, but Lee Hudson with that quickly taken free kick now. Here's Wayne Duke in an advanced position. Still Duke, beaten by Berry. Oh, Berry slipped. There's Phil Brown. Now Abrahams. Abrahams does. Oh, and he's scored his first goal for Kettering. He's taken a knock in the process, but he finished that like a real good one. 40 minutes gone, and the Poppers fans on their feet, and little wonder. Berry a bit unlucky there, losing his footing, but Phil Brown quick to react, and look, a lovely touch there by Paul Abrahams under pressure. That was real class. It was much harder than it looked, I fancy that. But with 40 minutes gone, the Poppers have the lead. But for how long? Oh my goodness me, Sam Winston there at the far post from that corner. Almost getting an instant reply for Sutton, but with half-time approaching, the Poppers thankful at last that they've got that goal in front, and that might just allow them to relax and play with a bit more confidence. They've looked nervy throughout this first half after the opening few minutes where they played some good stuff, but it's Sutton who are coming forward again now. Dack there playing the ball wide to Skelly. Skelly cutting inside, playing it across there to number 6, Paul Harford. And there's Nicky Hayden making a fantastic tackle as the ball came through to Mark Watson. And we've seen this with the Poppies before. They get a goal and then they sit back and allow the opposition to come at them. It's a dangerous way to play, and Peter Morris, I'm sure, will be saying to them as the half-time whistle goes, come on boys, you've got to knuckle down, play with a bit more confidence, and 3 points may be in the bag. But it's Paul Abraham's 40th minute goal that separates the two sides. At half-time, it's Kettering 1, Sutton 0.
Pegasus Software, the business accounting and management software provider, is proud to sponsor Northants TV's coverage of the Poppies. Pegasus Software, accounting for your success.
It's here, it's now, and it's coming to a venue near you, the NTV Karaoke Challenge. Be part of it for your chance to win £500 in our grand final.
Coming from the Cock, the NTV Karaoke Challenge Tour on Saturday, the 11th of September. Will your piece measure up for the grand finale? Let our judges rate your performance. The Cock Inn, Harbour Road, Kingsthorpe, Northampton. You just can't beat it. Beat it. Beat it.
Howdy, partner! If you fancy a taste of America, you don't have to travel miles because Miller's Bar and Grill is right on your doorstep. For a lively, rootin' tootin' atmosphere, stop off at our ranch to sample our tasty Tex-Mex menu. Not only does it taste good, it's value for money too, because if you're an early bird between 5 and 6:30, we'll give you 2 meals for the price of 1. And every Friday between 5:30 and 7, it's happy hour. So come to Miller's Bar and Grill next to the Stackles Hotel, Corby, for a slice of real American pie. The NTV Karaoke Challenge Tour is proud to visit on Wednesday, the 22nd of September. Be there for a chance to win some fabulous prizes.
The Northants TV Karaoke Tour is well underway and coming soon to a pub or club near you. Heat winners from these venues will go forward to the grand final in September. So come along and sing your way to the top.
You've still got that second-hand car, haven't you? And it's making your life a misery. That's because you still haven't come to Jocks of Burton Latimer, the second-hand Daewoo specialist. Buy a used Daewoo under 3 years old with less than 60,000 miles on the clock, and the car comes with free AA cover and the full manufacturer's warranty intact. We'll even throw in 6 months road tax. Only Jocks can provide total peace of mind for the modern motorist when you choose from our vast selection of quality used cars and our nil deposit finance scheme.
I've told you once and I'll tell you again, come to Jocks of Burton Latimer and leave the worrying to us. For fantastic Daewoo deals, there is really no alternative.
Pegasus Software, the business accounting and management software provider, is proud to sponsor Northants TV's coverage of the Poppies. Pegasus Software, accounting for your success.
So we're about to get the second half underway. That is, if both sides have got a full complement of players. I don't know what happened to Lee Hudson. He perhaps didn't hear the call that the second half was to start. He arrives late, but no matter. The second half underway with Sutton now kicking towards the Rockingham Road end. They're a goal down and they'll be trying hard to salvage something out of this game. The Poppies, on the other hand, will want to go forward. They could do with a nice, comfortable 2, 3 or 4 goal win just to boost their confidence. They've got a big match on Monday against Hensford, and they'll want to go into that in a lot more confident mode than they've shown over the opening few games of the season. But it's Paul Cox with that free kick knocking the ball forward, looking for Paul Abrahams. And, well, there's a gentleman there with his seat on the Cowper Road terrace. Obviously doesn't want to go into the stand. Good ball in there towards that Cowper Street goal from Carl Adams. No Poppies player able to get on the end of it. So it's the Poppies attacking at the start of this second half. Here's Phil Brown coming forward. Phil Brown shoots, but shoots just wide. Gareth Howells in the Sutton goal, not having to worry about that. It was a fairly speculative effort by Phil Brown, but he hit it quite well, and at least it gives the fans something to cheer about. But it's Sutton coming forward now with Watson. Good tackle there from Matt Fisher. Now, can he get things going? He's looking for the option. It's in the form of Nick Hayden, who plays it to Abrahams. Good ball out there to Lee Hudson. Abrahams still running on, all beaten by the bounce there. Danger not clear. It's Phil Brown setting himself, but not setting himself very well. And that went many a mile up in the air. But again, the Poppies attacking with some skill there. Abrahams instrumental in a lot of that, and that's encouraging for the Poppies, but it's Sutton coming forward again. Watson under pressure from Bowden. Still comes away with the ball though. Plays it out wide there and knocked into Skelly. Skelly trying to get the ball into the danger area, but blocked there, and the Sutton fans urging their team on. Long throw in there by Skelly, but the ball knocked away, and Abrahams to Hudson. Good ball from Hudson to Carl Adams. Carl Adams not able to get the ball away first time. He does now though to Gary Setchell. Gary Setchell going forward. And still Setchell, and he shoots, but Howell's able to save that fairly comfortably. But good work by Gary Setchell. He scored a lot of goals last season for Fakenham, and I know he's very keen to get on the score sheet for Kettering as well. But that was a nice height for Howells, and made a bit more of the save than was probably necessary. But there at the other end, it's Adam Sollett heading the ball away, but not very well. Winston knocking the ball back, but fortunately for Adam Sollett, Nicky Hayden able to bring the ball away and clear the danger. Good ball from him to Abrahams. Teammates at Colchester, of course, but it's Sutton coming forward again. This time Sollett with his trusty left boot belts the ball into Britannia Road. It'll be a present for some and passing by, but it's Sutton still trying to come forward. Dave Harlow under pressure there, and well, my goodness me, that was Laker trying to have Abraham's shorts off him, but Abraham's strong, still going on, and he wanted the return ball from Lee Hudson. Hudson trying to shoot. It was a weak effort from Hudson. I suppose he would have said if that had hit the back of the net, it would have been a great effort. As it was, Sutton can come back again. They're certainly not out of this game by any means, and here's Abrahams though, moving forward. And he shoots, but the angle too tight, and that goes wide as well. So Paul Abrahams certainly is putting on a good performance this afternoon for Kettering. This is the position he likes playing in best up front, and he's certainly showing a good deal of skill. And Peter Morris has decided it's time to make a substitution. Matt Fisher coming off, Sam Banya coming on, and it looks as if Sutton are making their first substitution as well, with the introduction of Colin Simpson in place of number 10, Mark Watson. So Sam Banya, who the fans have taken to their heart, he's struggled in front of goal. And I suppose that's a sign of the lack of confidence that is running through the Kettering side just at the minute, but they're a goal to the good. Still that 40th minute strike by Paul Abrahams, still separating the two sides, but Sutton coming forward here. Hayden, who's had a good game at the back there, clearing that ball away. Still Sutton attack. Ball knocked out there to the left, and it's Hayden again who clears the lines to Banya. He plays the ball out there, and Hayden again knocking it forward, but this time it's Glimberry who can pick it up for Sutton and try and create something. There is Simpson the substitute, laying it out wide to Skelly. Skelly still with possession. He knocks the ball right across the box, and it's Paul Cox who heads it away, but the danger's still not cleared. Brooker crossing the ball back in. It's headed down by Simpson. What a fantastic stop by Adam Sollett. Well, Simpson had the goal at his mercy there. Adam Sollett hasn't had to do much in this game, but my goodness me, he earned his corn there. Headed down, Simpson with a great chance, and that's a fantastic reflex save by Sollett. Great work, and Hayden able to hook the ball away. But that's the closest Sutton have come to equalising. Good ball in there from Adams. And, well, it just shows one goal is never enough. You're always looking for that cushion, and the Poppies really are making hard work of it. Here's Adams again, but Banya caught offside. And as I was saying, Adam Sollett hasn't had much to do, but pausing there because there's a double substitution now by Sutton, and it's those famous names of Ikuku and Salako coming on. Danny Brooker and Richard Skelly coming off. It's Nko Ikuku, brother of Ethan, and Andy Salako, brother of John. Well, they're both attacking players, and it's obvious that Sutton are going for broke here. The Poppies having to defend in numbers. Free kick played into the box there, and turn and hook over the bar there. But the Poppies breathe again, and they're being swamped in the middle of the park just at the minute, of course, with Matt Fisher coming off to give way to Sam Banya. Kettering really playing with three men up front, and that means there's gaps in midfield, and Peter Morris may have to think about that. But in the meantime, it's Setchell trying to find Banya, and Banya putting number 5 there, John Mackey, under pressure. Oh, and there's a little bit of toing and froing going on there, nothing great. Oh, but Banya reacting, and well, that's all a little bit unsavoury. There seemed to be nothing to it, but it ended up with a bit of pushing and shoving, and there's bookings as a result. Both Mackey and it looks like Banya, yes, they're both going in the book. You can't retaliate. It was something enough, nothing, and the referee actually has been very good this afternoon, keeping his yellow card in his pocket. But there are 2 names in his book now. But getting back to the football, it's Simpson there for Sutton, who are still trying to get forward to get this equaliser. The Poppies fans fairly subdued still, and Peter Morris himself making a double substitution, taking off both strikers, Paul Abrahams and Lee Hudson. Well, that's a bit of a surprise perhaps. Craig Hopkins and Ian Ridgway coming on, and it may be that Peter Morris has decided that with Sutton putting on so many attacking players, he's got to strengthen his midfield and his defence to try and at least hang on to this 1-goal lead. I'm sure the fans would rather see his team going forward and getting more goals, but Peter Morris is a great tactician and he knows what he's doing. There's a shot coming in there, but that's high and wide. Simpson there, I think, taking a bit of a knock. And while the fans still enjoy the sunshine, they're getting a bit nervous. There's Carl Adams, great ball in from Carl Adams, and Sam Banya on the end of that couldn't connect. Ball still not clear, but the referee's whistle goes. Gary Setchell, adjudged to have fouled Berry in the box there, but the Poppies still trying to come forward, but they're not putting any real pressure on the goal. But Banya might here, great chance, took far too long, and Mackey was able to get a block in. Sam Banya was strong there, but he just took that split second too long to get his shot in. It was a good opportunity. That's 2 good chances he's had in the space of just a couple of minutes, but he hasn't made them count. The ball being knocked about in the area there, but the referee's whistle goes again. Peter Morris not happy, and understandably so. It has been a disjointed performance by Kettering in this second half. He will have hoped, I'm sure, that the Poppies would have taken strength from that goal just before half-time, but they haven't really. But here's Setchell. Setchell going forward. Oh, surely he's being held back. Still Setchell. Oh, it's over the bar. Well, I know lots of players who would have gone down under that sort of pressure from Berry, but Gary Setchell showing a lot of strength and a good deal of skill there. My goodness me, if he had gone down there, perhaps he would have won a penalty. As it was, he was off balance, not surprisingly, when he took the shot, and over the bar it went. But the Poppies still coming forward as Sutton push forward. There's gaps at the back, and Setchell, who's playing up front now, playing the ball in there. It's Carl Adams. Oh, and he couldn't quite get to it. It was Ikuku there who saved the day for Sutton. And as I was saying, as Sutton push forward, it does leave gaps at the back. Gary Sepchel looking very strong up front. Decent player there, and Winston beats the offside trap. Winston evades that tackle. It's still Winston. Oh, there's Greg Hopkins, nearly into his own goal, but he'll say that he knew exactly what he was doing there, and it's a jolly good job that he did. The Poppies defence ripped apart. We're in stoppage time. It's a corner here for Sutton, well held by Adam Sollett, but the Poppies living on a knife edge. They're tantalisingly close to these 3 points, but not quite there yet. Good work by Sollett. And the two fans scratching their heads, wondering what's going on, but it's still Sutton. Winston, who's played well, sprinting away from Cox. Still Winston. Good block by Hayden there, and the ball goes off for a corner. Sutton aren't finished yet. The Poppies fans were wishing the game was. There can only be moments left, deep in stoppage time. Corner coming across. Oh, and it's a Coco, but he fouls Phil Brown there, and there we go, the final whistle. Well, it's been hard work for the Poppies, there's no doubt about that. Not a very pretty game by any means, but they'll say it's 3 points in the bag, and really that's all that counts at this stage of the season. It's all about building confidence, trying to build the team spirit. I know it's there amongst the team, but it's just not quite working on the pitch. Nicky Hayden, man of the match, he's had a good game. It's been hard work for Kettering, but in the end, they got their rewards. Final score, Kettering 1, Sutton 0.